What if I told you that it's possible to earn $20 to $30 per hour doing what you love? Yes, you can turn your passion for basketball into a source of income. Want to know how? Don't wait. Download our ebook from the pinned comment and find out how to get started today. Stephen Curry spoke candidly about his experience playing alongside LeBron James during the Paris Olympics, and what he said has certainly left fans yearning for more moments like that. In an interview with People, the Golden State Warriors star reflected on the many battles he's had with LeBron over the years, highlighting how special it was to share the court as teammates in such a significant setting as the highest level of international basketball. Curry said, "We had a lot of battles on the court, a lot of back and forths. So the fact that we actually got to be teammates at some point was really cool. And it wasn't in a showcase game or the All-Star game. It was at the highest level of international basketball. We were in high-stakes games. It was, above all, thrilling. So there's a lot of friendship and respect between us." In addition to emphasizing this partnership, Curry hinted at the possibility of playing together again, something fans have been eagerly anticipating. However, his comment was not the most optimistic. "I think it's tough because we're not teammates in the league. But I would definitely love to have more experiences like that alongside him. Like I said, it won't be easy. Now the games are over, and we're going back to playing against each other again in another year. I think it will be that way until it's all over, but I would really love to play alongside him again." Recently, there have been rumors that Curry might be heading to the Lakers, especially after some media speculations. However, Curry renewed his contract with the Warriors, and LeBron also extended his deal with the Los Angeles team, putting an immediate end to any chance of them playing on the same NBA team together. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think we'll ever see Stephen Curry and LeBron James playing together in the NBA? How do you think this partnership would work on a team? Comment below and share your thoughts. Kobe Bryant made an immediate impact in the NBA when he entered straight from high school during the 1996-97 season, quickly establishing himself as one of the best players in the world. Over the years, overcoming various challenges, his legacy grew, cementing him as a true legend. In the later years of his career and life, Kobe took on the role of mentor to many NBA athletes, including some of the league's current stars. One such player is Paul George, who recently signed with the Philadelphia 76ers. A decade ago, Paul George faced a critical moment in his career. During a game for Team USA, before the FIBA World Cup, he suffered a severe injury, breaking his tibia and fibula. Doctors said he would miss the entire following NBA season. George, who grew up as a Lakers fan in Southern California, always saw himself as a disciple of Kobe. On his podcast, Podcast P with Paul George, George's father shared a story about how Kobe reached out to Paul shortly before the surgery. His agent, Aaron, managed to get in touch with Mr. Bryant, George's father recalled. Then he handed the phone to Paul, and they talked. When Paul hung up, he said, "Guess who I just talked to?" and was smiling. He said, "I just talked to Kobe Bryant." Shortly after, he went into surgery. Paul was deeply grateful for Kobe's advice. "He was basically showing support," Paul said about the call. "He told me, 'If you need anything, I'm here for you.' And then he said, 'Rehabilitation is going to be tough. The work will be hard.'" He also mentioned, "No one likes doing rehab, since it was my first serious injury. I had twisted my ankle in college, but I never needed surgery. So this was my first major injury. He told me, the process will be exhausting, repetitive, and you won't enjoy it. But my advice is to approach rehab like you approach your on-court workouts." Kobe explained, "You love working out on the basketball court, so you need to find that same passion in rehab. There's no other way. Treat rehab like you're training on the court." That advice was crucial for George. That advice took me a long way because I understood what he meant right away. The repetitive work, the exhaustion, all of that could have demotivated me if he hadn't prepared me. But the idea of approaching rehab like I approach basketball gave me a new focus. Every time I went to rehab, I thought, okay, he said it would be hard, so now I need to give my best in every session. That was the turning point for me. At that time, Kobe had experience with serious injuries and rehab. He had ruptured his Achilles tendon in 2013, an injury that could have ended his career. However, with great effort, he returned to the court in December of that year. Although he did not regain his dominant form, Kobe continued to be respected throughout the basketball community. His status as a legend only grew, especially after his tragic death in a helicopter crash in January 2020. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Kobe's advice was a turning point for Paul George? What impact does this kind of guidance have on an athlete's recovery? Share your thoughts below and let's continue the conversation. Luka Doncic to the Lakers? This possibility has been at the center of rumors recently, with speculation about the Slovenian star potentially joining the iconic purple and gold franchise. Furthermore, if this move were to happen, Doncic's salary would be remarkable, even surpassing that of one of the team's top players. If the transfer were to go through, Doncic could sign a contract worth $346 million over 5 seasons. In the first year, he would earn $59.7 million, with gradual increases in the following years. These figures exceed what Anthony Davis, one of the Lakers' biggest stars alongside LeBron James, currently earns annually. Davis is currently making $53.66 million per season. The franchise aims to bring a major NBA star to replace LeBron James in the future. This way, when LeBron decides to retire, the team wouldn't need to seek a new superstar through trades. However, there are some uncertainties about Doncic's physical condition. Despite not having the most athletic physique, he had an incredible season with the Dallas Mavericks, almost single-handedly carrying the team. Robert Horry, a 7-time NBA champion and Lakers legend, criticized the Slovenian's physical form. "We need more athletic players who know how to defend. He may be one of the best offensively, but we also need to ensure he stays focused. He's not exactly a model of physical discipline." Horry also questioned whether Doncic would be the ideal choice for the Lakers at this moment, noting the player's defensive issues, something the Los Angeles team also struggled with last season. Nevertheless, Doncic has been selected for the All-Star game 5 times and has been the standout player for the Mavericks in recent seasons. What do you think? Could Luka Doncic be the missing piece for the Lakers? Share your opinion in the comments. Investing heavily in a player always carries risks, but when it comes to investing in multiple players at once, the stakes are even higher. This is the scenario potentially unfolding for the Lakers. The franchise will spend an impressive $36 million on contracts with players considered secondary. What do you think? Will this investment pay off? The situation becomes even more complicated when we remember that these contracts are valid for 3 years, and the additions made so far have not yet resolved the team's issues. A clear example is Gabe Vincent, who came from the Miami Heat with high expectations but has yet to show his full potential in Los Angeles. Do you think he still has a chance to turn things around? Vincent signed a $33 million contract, which was quickly accepted. However, he participated in only 11 regular season games due to a knee injury. Of course, he isn't to blame for the injury, but has this investment turned out to be in vain? What's your opinion? Eric Pincus from Bleacher Report highlighted that the Lakers might end up regretting this contract. Although Vincent's contract isn't long-term, he missed most of his first year with the Lakers and only hit 10.7% of his three-point shots in the 11 games he played in the regular season. The Lakers' budget was so tight that they couldn't add free agents with standard contracts this offseason, aside from their 2 drafted players. Vincent might bounce back with a healthy season, wrote Pincus. Vincent, for his part, recently tried to reassure fans by discussing his recovery and expectations for the upcoming season. "It was very frustrating. It was a tough year trying to fight through that injury, and obviously, I had to undergo surgery and come back only at the end of the season. But I definitely had some time this offseason to recover, and I'm really looking forward to next year," he said. What do you think? Will Vincent manage to bounce back and justify the investment? Many believe that the Lakers should do whatever is necessary, within reason, to secure another NBA championship while LeBron James is still on the roster and performing at a high level. The team still boasts one of the most talented duos in the league, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, along with a supporting cast that occasionally shines. However, despite the talent present, there is a concern. The current roster, in many people's view, lacks the potential to win a championship. Although the Lakers appear to have a real chance of making the playoffs, few believe that the team, as currently constructed, can genuinely contend for the title. During this offseason, the Lakers made few moves, and time is running out for significant changes. Jovan Buha of The Athletic was recently asked on the Buha's Block podcast if the upcoming season is already a lost cause. While he denied this, he pointed out that if the team does not make a trade by the deadline, their chances of success are minimal. "I wouldn't say it's lost, but I believe that if the Lakers don't make a trade, it will be a wasted season, in my opinion, said Buha. As the roster stands now, I don't see the team as a true championship contender. So, if there's no trade and at least one of the picks isn't used, it will be a missed opportunity. Buha also noted that there is still a chance to significantly improve the team or at least make important adjustments. At this point, every small tweak makes a difference. I'm not as pessimistic as you, but if we get to February 8th and I'm doing a podcast without a trade, then I'll say the season was lost. Last-minute trades have happened. Buha's comment makes sense, but it's worth noting that in the past 2 off-seasons, major trades occurred close to the start of the preseason. In 2023, Damian Lillard was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks at the end of September, and Drew Holiday was dealt to the Boston Celtics in early October. Similarly, in 2022, Donovan Mitchell was sent from the Utah Jazz to the Cleveland Cavaliers in early September. The Lakers have some gaps that need to be filled. The team still lacks a solid center to share responsibilities with Anthony Davis and needs 3D wings. Another area that could be strengthened is the starting point guard position, as D'Angelo Russell, while consistent in the regular season, has shown significant fluctuation in the playoffs and struggles defensively. If the Lakers genuinely want to contend for the Larry O'Brien Trophy next season, they will need to use their limited trade assets wisely and strike a balance between winning now and preserving resources for the future, especially considering a potential departure of LeBron James. What do you think? Should the Lakers make a big trade or rely on the current roster? One of the reasons the Lakers had an underwhelming season in 2023-24 was that Jared Vanderbilt experienced several injuries throughout the year. Early on, he missed a few weeks due to Achilles bursitis, and in February, a new foot injury sidelined him for the rest of the season. The expectation was that he would fully recover in a few months, and there was even hope that he would return in time for the playoffs. However, that didn't happen, and Vanderbilt had to watch from the sidelines as the Lakers were eliminated in 5 games in the first round by the Denver Nuggets. With training camp approaching, Mike Bresnahan of the Los Angeles Times mentioned on the Lake Show podcast that Vanderbilt might not be ready to start the next season. This news concerns the fan base, as the team greatly needs Vanderbilt's intense perimeter defense, along with his defensive rebounding and the energy and versatility he brings to the court. When he finally returned from his Achilles injury in January, Vanderbilt began to find his rhythm again, particularly on offense, an area where he typically struggles. In the last 8 games, he averaged 10.5 points with a 66% shooting accuracy, playing 22.8 minutes per game. He was starting to understand how to contribute offensively, showing more in the paint and participating in transitions, both as a ball handler and a finisher. Do you think Vanderbilt's potential absence could impact the Lakers' season? Share your thoughts in the comments. The Los Angeles Lakers begin the 2024-25 NBA season with virtually the same roster that had a decent performance in 2023-24, winning 47 games and being eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. Despite an additional year of experience, the team remains essentially unchanged. The addition of J.J. Redick, the third coach for LA in the past 4 years, along with rookie guards Dalton Knecht and Bronny James, might bring some hope for the team. But is that enough to push the Lakers back to the top of the Western Conference? Probably not. The team still seems small and lacking in athleticism, even with All-NBA center/power forward Anthony Davis. Additionally, perimeter defense remains a major question, with the 2 top wing defenders, Jared Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent, having missed a significant portion of the previous season due to injuries. Recently, a rival executive from the Western Conference suggested an unusual trade for the Lakers. In a conversation with Dan Woik of the Los Angeles Times, the executive recommended that Los Angeles trade for Zach LaVine. The 6 feet 5 inches guard from the Chicago Bulls, at 29 years old, wouldn't add defensive prowess or athleticism but is an excellent scorer. Although he dealt with a right foot injury that required surgery last season, LaVine, a former All-Star, averaged 19.5 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 3.9 assists in just 25 games. The executive believes the Lakers could acquire LaVine without giving up future draft picks, as he has a contract worth $138 million through the 2026-27 season. Any deal would likely involve trading D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, and possibly Vanderbilt or Vincent. Although the Lakers are not considered serious championship contenders in 2025, LaVine's three-point shooting, ball handling, and scoring ability could improve the team's offense. If the Lakers decide to pursue a top-tier star in the future, LaVine's contract could be useful for balancing the finances. Woik notes that the Lakers executives might not be particularly interested in LaVine long-term, But as a temporary solution, he could help boost the team's scoring alongside All-NBA stars LeBron James and Anthony Davis, both already in their 30s. What do you think of this potential trade? Leave your opinion in the comments. The Los Angeles Lakers have announced the signing of guard Jordan Goodwin. Contract details have not yet been disclosed. Goodwin, standing at 6 feet 4 inches and weighing 200 pounds, has appeared in 121 NBA games, 19 as a starter, over 3 seasons with the Memphis Grizzlies, 2023-24, Phoenix Suns, 2023-24, and Washington Wizards, 2021-23. He averages 6.4 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 2.7 assists in 17.9 minutes per game. Last season, he played 57 games, 12 as a starter, for the Grizzlies and Suns, averaging 6.5 points, 4.4 rebounds, and 2.7 assists in 18.5 minutes. Goodwin had 16 games with over 10 points in 2023-24, including a performance of 23 points and 17 rebounds against the Lakers on April 12. A native of Illinois, Goodwin played at St. Louis University, 2017-21, where he was named to the Atlantic 10 first team and the All-Defensive team in his final 2 years. As a senior, he played 21 games, all as a starter, averaging 14.5 points, 10.1 rebounds, leading the league, 3.9 assists, and 2.0 steals in 33.1 minutes.